Unlock the full potential of your commute and never worry about missing out on SmartTrip benefits again. Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're going to learn exactly how to register your SmartTrip card online in just a few minutes. Look, whether you're totally new to the DC region's transit system or you're a seasoned rider who's still carrying around an unregistered plastic card, this walkthrough is designed to empower you. We're going to get those funds secured and fully optimize your daily travel. Here is our quick roadmap for today's explainer. We'll cover why you actually need to register, preparing for the registration, the step-by-step online process, troubleshooting some common issues, how to utilize your new account, and finally, a few tips and best practices. All right, let's jump into Section 1, why register your SmartTrip card. So let's start with the most obvious question. Why even bother going through this process? Well, if you're walking around with an unregistered card right now, the stakes are actually kind of high. It's essentially an anonymous bearer instrument. Basically, it's just like carrying cash. If you drop it, lose it, or, accidentally run it through the washing machine in your jeans, any stored cash or transit passes on there are literally gone forever. But by registering your card, you get balance protection. If it gets lost, you can just go online, deactivate it, and transfer that verified balance to a replacement card for a super small fee. Plus, you get access to features like auto reload and commuter subsidies, which is huge. And that leads right into an even bigger financial advantage. Registering your card is an absolute 100% prerequisite for a program called Smart Benefits. These are employer-provided commuter transit subsidies, like the federal TransServe program, for example. Organizations use this to route pre-tax transit allocations directly to your validated transit card. So, the bottom line, if your card isn't registered to an online account, you simply cannot enroll in these money-saving programs. No way around it. Moving right along to Section 2, preparing for registration. Okay, now that we know why we're doing this, let's gather exactly what you need. Being prepared here is absolutely going to save you a headache later, and it all starts with a very critical 4-digit prefix, 0167. If you are using a physical plastic card, go ahead and flip it over. The serial number on the back absolutely must start with 0167. If it doesn't, well, you're holding on to an obsolete legacy card purchased sometime before 2012. You literally won't be able to register it, and honestly, it's going to be rejected by Metrorail fare gates and bus fare boxes anyway. You'll just need to replace it for a $2 fee and transfer your balance to a modern card. Now, if your card does start with 0167, or if you're using a digital card on your phone, you are going to need the full 20-digit serial number. For physical cards, it's those 20 digits sitting on the bottom right of the backside. Easy enough, right? If your card is already living in your Apple Wallet, just open the card, tap those 3 little dots in the top right corner, and hit Card Details. For Google Wallet users, it's similar. Open the card and tap the 3 dots. Just have this 20-digit number handy right alongside access to your email inbox. Section 3, the step-by-step registration process. So we have our compatible card and our serial number ready to go. It's time for the main event. Step 1 is creating the actual account shell. Go ahead and navigate your web browser over to smarttrip.wmata.com and hit Create Account over on the left menu. You'll fill out your standard contact details, pick a username and password, and click Save. Then scroll through those terms and conditions and hit Accept. Now listen closely. Do not skip this next part. You must immediately go check the email address you just gave them. You're going to receive an automated email that has a confirmation token link inside. You have to click that link to validate your identity. That link will then prompt you to log in with your brand new credentials. Okay, so once you log in through that email link, you're going to be looking at your brand new account dashboard. Click on the button that says Add SmartTrip Card. The portal will ask you to enter that exact 20-digit serial number we sound just a minute ago. Type it in nice and carefully. You'll be asked to input some basic info, check a box legally confirming that you are in fact the owner of this specific card, and then just click Submit to officially bind the card to your profile. If everything goes smoothly, and it usually does, you'll get a nice registration successful message. Now, the system explicitly reminds you to write down your card's serial number for safekeeping. Seriously, do it. Store it somewhere safe at home or drop it into your password manager. Because from now on, if you ever lose your physical card or your phone goes missing, you can order a replacement just by giving customer service that 20-digit number. All right, let's dive into Section 4, troubleshooting common issues. We all know technology doesn't always work flawlessly on the very first try. So if you hit a roadblock, the first common error you might run into is a message saying account activation failed. If you see this, it almost always pops up right after clicking the link in your email. It simply means the activation token timed out. It's just a brief, temporary synchronization failure between their web server and the database. Nothing you did wrong. Another common one is seeing register card unsuccessful or maybe a card verification failure. This usually happens during that final binding step. And all it means is that the contact details you just typed into your new account don't perfectly match the historical transaction data the transit authority has on file from when that card was very first purchased. So for example, if you bought the card years ago at a station kiosk and used a credit card linked to an old zip code, the system is going to flag a mismatch. If you encounter either of these, the token timeout or the ownership verification error, you actually can't fix it yourself on the website. But seriously, don't panic. All you need to do is call the SmarTrip Regional Customer Service Center. That number is 1-888-762-7874. A live representative can quickly verify your identity manually and link the card for you right over the phone in no time.
Section 5. Utilizing your registered account.
Now that your account is completely active and secure, it is time to use it to make your life so much easier. Registration unlocks several really powerful management tools. And I'd say the absolute most convenient feature is auto reload. It's an automated feature you can easily toggle right on in your account. Basically, you link it to a financial institution, like your bank or credit card, whenever the system detects your card's stored value drops below $10, or if your weekly or monthly transit pass is about to expire, it automatically initiates a charge to reload your card. You will literally never again be that person stuck at the fare gate holding up the line during rush hour because you didn't have enough funds. But a really crucial point to understand here is how funding delivery times actually differ depending on your setup. If you add value to a digital card directly in your mobile app or Google Wallet, or if you purchase it through the app, those funds are ready to be used instantly, right then and there. However, if you log onto the website to add fare to a physical plastic card, it can take up to 1 hour for the network to deliver that product down to the physical fare gates. So definitely always plan ahead if you're doing a web reload for a physical card. Finally, Section 6, Tips and Best Practices. As we wrap this up, let's look at some quick, actionable insights. First, and this should go without saying, always keep your login credentials super secure. Your SmarTrip account now acts as a digital wallet containing real monetary value. Treat it like one. Second, you can actually manage multiple cards under a single account. There is literally no limit, which is absolutely fantastic for managing transit cards for your entire family, all from one simple dashboard. And third, if a card ever gets lost or stolen, log in and deactivate it immediately. Protect that balance. And of course, keep in mind this standard evergreen disclaimer. The framework we've discussed today gives you all the fundamental knowledge you need to navigate the system, but you know how it goes. Transit policies, fees, and website interfaces can and do update over time, so always verify the absolute latest procedures and terms directly on the official SmarTrip website. By following these steps, you have successfully shielded your transit funds, opened the door to those awesome employer benefits, and completely streamlined your daily travel. So, now that your commute is fully optimized and your funds are totally secured, where will your registered SmarTrip card take you next? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and safe travels out there.